Growing New Ideas. My name is Craig Walsh. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Farming Smarter Group. Our transition, we used to be Saka and Sarah, of course, and we've transitioned into this new group, Farming Smarter, and it's went fairly smoothly. We've had some personnel changes. Last year we had Janice running our show, and she's left and went on to new endeavors, and now we have Jamie's running the show this year. She came back from maternity leave. She was part of our group before, but she was on maternity leave, and she's doing an admirable job. She's a brave girl, because she took 20 of us guys on a trip to South Dakota this summer. We went the last weekend in June, and went down to Dwayne Beck's farm and then there was a conference down there that we attended, and she managed to keep us all on time until the last day, and that was the only day the night before was the only night she got to let her hair down, and so the last day she was a little late for stuff, but other than that she kept everything running along just smooth. So if you get a chance to talk to any of there was 20 of us that went. I don't know how many of the guys that went on the trip are here. I seen Laverne earlier, and I'm here, and Jacob and Ken. If you get a chance to talk to some of the guys about the trip, it was well worth it. We'd like to. I think we should try and do something like that again. Maybe not South Dakota, but somewhere. It worked out pretty good. So our conference runs along pretty smooth, and in years past I actually had something to do with it. I would make sure I made it to all the meetings and help out. This year, not so much. I think I made it to one or maybe two meetings right at the start of the year, and then I haven't been to one since. So I'd really like to thank our planning committee. They do an awesome job. They get everything set up and running smooth and organize everything, and we'd really like to thank our planning committee. And the other thing is our sponsors. I don't know if our sponsors are up or down a little bit, but we have a huge amount of sponsors. We have 44 sponsors at last count, anyways. So not all of them have a trade show booth. We have 33 trade show booths, which is a record number for us. So between the trade shows and the other sponsors, I think we should give them guys a big hand. We appreciate all the work they do. And the guys that really stepped up to the plate, our platinum sponsors, we really like to thank them. The ACPC, who's going to be running they're running their regional meeting as part of our conference. That's going to be the first part of this morning. The Alberta Pulse Growers, the Alberta Wheat Commission, CPS, UFA, AAFC, so I got the alphabet going here, the Western Producer, Grain News, Alberta Farmer Express, and the Alberta government all have donated at a platinum level, which is significant. So just before we get started with our opening remarks from the county and the canola growers meeting, just some housekeeping things. The bathrooms are all out in the foyer. I don't believe there's any that way, so the washrooms are out here. Also, I mean, it's a relatively big room, but it's all closed in, so if you need to visit, please go into the foyer or go in the trade show area, because when we're in here, we'd like to keep the speakers the main attention. There is some taller tables, so if you do get if you are getting tired of sitting, there's taller tables you can go lean up against and stand up and stuff on the sides. Brought up the stay. When we have our breaks, when we call you back, if you could please come in relatively, as quickly as you can, and we can get started sooner. That keeps us on time, and that makes the whole day run a little bit better. If you are here for CCA and CCS and CEU and the other alphabet stuff, all the sign-up stuff, you're here for credits, that's out at the front in the foyer at the registration desk. You can go up there and sign up. The social this evening, if you haven't got tickets, see Jamie or one of the girls at the front. They will hook you up. We have a great speaker, and we also are doing a live and silent auction that benefits the 4-H club, or 4-H group, I shouldn't say. It's not just the local club, it goes to more than that. Anything else that's a problem or a concern, or you have trouble, it wasn't my fault, I didn't do anything, so you can't blame me. But no, I'm just kidding. But if you have any troubles, get a hold of Jamie. She can fix it, guaranteed. And we have Darcy, now I'm going to screw up your name, Connie just told me. Darcy Giegle? Ah, there, see, I remembered. I did have enough coffee. Darcy Giegle is a Reeve of the Cypress County. He's going to bring his remarks, and then we'll be getting started shortly after that.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First off, I'd just like to thank and welcome everyone to the Farming Smarter Conference on behalf of Cypress County. Without people who are willing to try new practices and technology, farming would not be as advanced as it is today. Farming is an ever-changing workplace that has many challenges and rewards. When there is an opportunity to learn, I commend you for taking advantage of this. As we step into a new era of marketing choices, a little knowledge can go a long ways. Cypress County has a vast amount of agricultural land, and conferences like this help our producers adapt. Price fluctuations, weather, increasing input costs cannot be controlled, but knowledge can. With such a good attendance today and the various topics to be covered here, farming into the future looks to be in capable hands. It's a little early in the morning, but I got a quick joke for you too. There's a man, he's driving down a gravel road, sees a farmer, he's standing in the middle of his big field. The man's kind of curious, so he pulls over, he walks up to the farmer and he says, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" The farmer looks at him and goes, "I'm trying to win a Nobel Prize." The man says, "How do you figure that?" The farmer looks at him and he says, "Well, I hear that they give the Nobel Prize to people that are outstanding in their field." Thank you. Have a good conference.
Thanks, Darcy. See, now I don't feel so bad because I'm going to tell you a bad joke too before I turn it over, so I don't feel so bad. Before I do that, we're going to have Marlene Caskey. She's our Region 12 Director from the canola, on the Alberta Canola Producers Commission. She's from Oyen, and she's going to come up and introduce our first speaker. Before she comes up, I got to tell my groaner joke. It's a Christmas joke. How do you decorate a canoe at Christmas time? With ornaments.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Marlene Caskey. I'm from Oyen, and I'm your Region 12 Director for Alberta Canola Producers Commission. And it's been our pleasure to partner today and bring you breakfast, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the morning on behalf of the canola producers. I'm currently in my second term, 3-year term for Region 12 as a director. We farm in the Oyen area. Region 12 is rather large. Goes from basically Oyen all the way down to the United States border, from Saskatchewan boundary till around Brooks. So if you want to, many of you grow canola and you're in my district, but I haven't met you personally, so I'd be glad to chat with you after. Anytime in the next couple of days, please come and we'll have a little canola chat. I represent the Alberta Commission on the Canadian Canola Growers Association. There are 3 of us that do that to deal with policy and so on a federal level, and I also chair the Market Development Committee for the Alberta Commission right now. I'd like to introduce to you, and for many of you, Rick is familiar. He's come to the canola producers in 2008, and we're very happy to have him. Many of you might remember him when he worked for Reduced Tillage Linkages. and he also sits on the Farm Tech Conference Planning Committee since 1999. Rick is our Grower Relations and Extension Coordinator, and he's going to present the rest of our morning. Rick?
Check. No. You want to cut me off? All right.
We just missed one little announcement. It's kind of suiting that it's Rick Talliou, because I'd say he's the king of the Twitter sphere. So we're not all about just dumb jokes. We're going to have a little bit of a fun game throughout the conference, and we tried this at our Precision Ag Conference this past February, and it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't joined up on Twitter and you've got a smartphone, talk to your neighbor and they'll teach you how to sign up. So we're going to be giving away this Nexus tablet at the end of the conference for the person who has contributed most to the tweets related to the conference. So anytime Rick or any other speaker says something smart or interesting or funny, then you post that to the Twitter sphere with the hashtag #FSC12. So that stands for Farming Smarter Conference 12, if you forget. So make sure you put your entries in, and we'll be giving this away at the end of the conference. So thanks, Rick. And Rick's professional handle is @AlbertaCanola, and his personal one is @RickTU?
LU.
LU. All right. Thanks. Sorry for interrupting you there.
No problem.